Tangerine
is all they claim. With her eyes of night and lips as bright as flame.
Do you like my new Tangerine shirt? It inspired Moosey to sing a little song about me today. Well, you know what Monday is. Monday we wash the clothes. We wash the clothes. Well, that's about what I'm ready to do around here at the cottage today. But still in all, I decided that rather than throw on a t-shirt and a pair of pants, I decided to dress up in one of my outfits. Now, that's the Auntie Mame in me that keeps coming out, but well, what are you going to do? If I have these outfits, I just have to put them on. You know.
Are you going to wear high heels?
Oh, no. No high heels today, that's for sure. But you got to see the pants. There's something else, too.
All right.
I have on my Palazzo pants that are kind of an orangey color with other colors. And that's the reason that I wanted this Tangerine shirt. Now, the other reason that I'm showing you some makeup today is because I've decided to do what I call a lighter version or softer version. And I don't know whether you noticed that or not. I do have the lighter orangey lipstick on. And of course, I'm still using my tubing mascara, which really does a nice job of lightening it up. Now, maybe the eyes are a little dark today. I didn't realize that. You know, I never really see it until I get on camera. I just wanted a lighter look today. Now, before I begin, and the subject might wander a little bit today because I'm vacillating between two subjects, but I wanted to show you two of the things that I sent for last week on the advice of Rockstar Mom. I always get such good hints from her as to various little things that I should pick up. And the last one was this e.l.f. Soft Glam makeup. And I've been using that over a couple of weeks now because it is so soft and satiny and definitely a lighter version of makeup for summer. And I really only have to put one layer on. They say it's layerable. And I think Patty put two on to show how nice it still looks. But this is great. I don't have to use any concealer with this. Just my bronzer, and today the lipstick. I did have a lighter orange, but because I normally wear such a dark lipstick, I decided to go to a medium orange. Now, I know this color is bright, but when you see the whole outfit, you will realize why I wanted this color. Now, the other thing that I saw, and maybe I know a lot of you watch Patty Rockstar Mom, you know, we all have trouble with these little guys that want to pop out on our chin every once in a while. Now, two of my daughters actually use, I think, a cream or something and just get rid of it all at once. Some other people shave it. I never wanted to get into that because I always had heard, and maybe it's a myth, that once you shave, it comes back darker and heavier. But they're white to begin with. So they're, with my elderly eyes, I sometimes miss them. But if you're out in the sun or outside, you can really notice them. So when I do realize that I have some nice little suckers down here on my chin, and usually Matthew's the one that lets me know, and either he'll just pull them or I have to go inside and get them. Then I have to go outside to be able to see them, because I think a lot of you realize that too, that when you're doing that, you really need light on your chin. And look at what I found through Patty Rockstar Mom. Now, I'm going to show you how this works. When you go, look at this. When you actually go to your chin, the light comes up from the bottom of the tweezer right on any that might be there. Now, I don't have any there because I've used this just this morning for the first time. Isn't this amazing? Now, you get 3 of these tweezers for, I think it's only $8.99 or $9.99, something like that. But I will put the name of what it is on Amazon in the Show More pop-up on the side. So thank you, Patty, once again. And also, if you haven't gotten your Soft Glam yet, e.l.f. Soft Glam, I'll put that on too. This is wonderful summer makeup. Very satiny and light. Now, with my eyes today, and I want you to notice, I did particularly put the e.l.f. powder. It's just a regular powder, pressed powder, on my eyelids because so many people were telling me to do that. And actually my granddaughter Ryan told me about that. And I put that here. And then because I do have a couple of dots of pigmentation on, I don't know whether it's this eye or this eye, it always looks like makeup, but that those one or two dots up there really are my pigmentation. So I put some concealer on there. And the concealer that I normally use is the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. It works great. And sometimes I will put it under my eyes if it needs it. But I used it on top of the eyes. Then I put more powder on just to make sure that I don't do that messy job of getting mascara on my eyelids. And particularly in this hot weather where you're perspiring, it might come off the mascara on my eyelids. Now, ever since I started using this tubing mascara, I am getting a great effect on my eyes. Now, before I've used everything from Essence to L'Oreal to Maybelline mascaras, and I love them. They're a clumpier, heavier look if you want that. But for the look that I'm going for in the summer, and particularly today to show you that it's a lighter version of Nanny, I put 2 coats on each eye, and I think it's just enough, and a little bit on the lashes. I'm learning not to touch the skin, and that's more possible with this wand because it's skinnier and doesn't hold as much mascara. Now remember, the difference between a tubing mascara and the regular one is that the tubing mascara has polymers in it. Now, don't ask me what polymers are, but they're different from the waxes and the oils that are in regular mascara. And instead of just popping it on the eyelashes, the directions say that it coats each lash with these polymers. How that happens, I don't know. But it does give a softer look, doesn't it? So that's my makeup for today. And I will show you this outfit a little bit later when I get to go outside. I was going to maybe get back to my rock painting today, but it's just too hot to be outside. So during these hot days, I'm basically inside trying to do things in here. The other subject that I wanted to talk about today is that, well, it goes along with the outfit that I have on. It goes along with the makeup, and also the fact that I am almost 87 years old. Now, I have outlived both of my grandmothers. My mother's mother, I think, died at 84. She lasted quite a while. And I think my father's mother, who I remember seeing every single Sunday, we would visit her in a nursing home. And then I remember my mother brought my Nana to our home, and we had her there for a while. But I think she died earlier. My recollections are I was probably in grade school when she died. So both Moosey and I are beyond the generation before us, and we are very, very grateful for that. Now, what comes along with it are the little aches and pains and all those difficult times that I'm sure you're all aware of, but it's well worth it to be able to still be here and enjoy family, each other, grandkids and great-grandkids. Now, I was going to talk about some of the things that the grandkids enjoy in me as a grandma. And then I decided maybe that would be a funny video if I could ever get a couple of them together, especially some of the younger ones, to have them tell you what they like about me as a grandma. Now, I don't think all grandmas have to look alike. And as a matter of fact, I don't resemble anything of what I remember my grandmother. But of course, that was, she died when I was in high school. And she was of the generation of the house dresses and always rolled down stockings down to the knees, always on her feet, never bare legs, even in the hot summer. And of course, those clumpy shoes with the stacked heel, lace-up shoes, and the hair, perms, always short perms. You know, grandmas did not grow their hair long in those days. Not even in their 40s, 50s, or 60s did they have long hair. It always was short perms hair. But once again, that was the 40s and the 50s. And now grandmas can, if they want to, branch out into colorful clothing, makeup, and even longer hair and fancier hairdos. So whatever kind of a grandma you are, I hope your kids get a big kick out of you. So I think we'll wait for another video. I was thinking of all the funny things that the kids have said about me, things that they like that we do. And a lot of them are things that go beyond my comfort zone, where I'm screaming a lot, like driving one of those Sea-Doos out on the lake and it got out of control and me laughing, screaming at the top of my head. Things like that, they will always remember. But that makes me kind of a crazy grandma, doesn't it, in a way? But then again, isn't that what some of them like? Lucy and I were up very early this morning, outside watering, and Moosey did have breakfast outside. It was nice, about 7:30 or 8 o'clock. The heat had not kicked in yet, but normally when I just start setting up the camera, I see Moosey come in to the house, and it's time. It's that time. This is the way we wash our clothes, wash our clothes, wash our clothes. This is the way we wash our clothes so early in the morning. Well, I'm on my way with my hamper to go out and wash clothes in this outfit. But on my way, I thought I would show you the pants. Now let me get my hamper out of the way first. So these are the Palazzo pants, which is the reason for the Tangerine shirt. And the colors are wild, lots of colors in here, but fun. And I'm cool on a hot day. Now I think I showed you in that, you probably saw when I turned around back there, I wanted to show you the hairdo today. Now it's nothing fancy. I didn't even do my segmented up on the sides and up in the back do. It's just a pulled back do with a little bit of teasing in the back. I do have to definitely go over the fact that these combs that I have, and remember I've shown you these combs many times. They're the amber celluloid combs, and I think you find them on Amazon under Barcelona or another name similar to that. And they're just celluloid, large, extra large combs. And they fit the back of the head. Now this is just something I did whip up only just to get the hair up off the back of my head. And in this kind of weather, you do have to be kind of creative with your hairdos. I'm gonna bring this down somewhat. I do still love my ponytails for those casual looks, but I thought I'd sort of dress up a little bit in my Tangerine set. I'll be back in a little while after I put the wash into the washer to talk to you a little bit more about the myths and the stereotypes of aging women, especially maybe grandmas. So back to expanding a little bit beyond the theory of the stereotypical elderly woman or grandma. I think by now, 2024, a lot of those myths of what an older woman should wear or act like have gone by the board. Let's hope they have anyway. And a woman now, no matter what her age, should be able to wear whatever she wants, even though there's so much still put out about what an older woman should wear. Well, you know, I prefer very classic clothes sometimes, especially in the wintertime. I love my blazers. But on the other hand, I have another side to me that I just love the comfortable summer colorful muumuus, and I love the Palazzo pants. And I think we should be allowed, let's use that word, to wear these without criticism and enjoy just doing and wearing what we like. Don't you agree? And the same goes for makeup. Now, I totally get it if women don't want to wear makeup as they age. And once again, that's a choice that I think a woman is allowed to have. But on the other hand, if you do want to wear makeup, I think if you want to put heavy dark eyes on, dark lipstick, whatever, you should be able to do that without criticism. And yes, sometimes I will do that. I love my dark iced amethyst lipstick. But I do think that a woman enjoys looking the best she wants to look. Now, this business that I see of people saying, well, you'll look so much younger if you do this or that. Well, at 87 years old, even if I looked 10 years younger, why would I want to? Really, it's about looking the best that you can look if you want to. You know, if you don't care, that's fine too. So I feel justified in my tangerine shirt today and my wild Palazzo pants, even though all I'm doing today is washing clothes and hanging them up to dry in the hot sun outside. And you know, now that I think of it, when I think back to my grandma's days, I don't think that they had the choice to look any different than in their fancy housecoats or unfancy housecoats. I don't think there were fashions available. I don't think anyone was designing anything other than a housecoat or something similar to that. Of course, grandmas never wore trousers. I think the first trousers that came along was not Audrey Hepburn. Oh, that other lovely actress. Right now, I can't remember her name. But back in the movies, she wore trousers all the time and was known for that. And from then on, I think they became a little popular. Do you know, even when I was teaching school, back, I will say, in the early 70s, late 60s, early 70s, teachers were not allowed to wear trousers or pants of any kind. And that's so different from the wardrobes that teachers wear today. I think anything goes, really, in most schools. Now, I'm sure certain schools have dress codes. However, I remember that I actually had my picture taken and put into a newspaper the year that we came home from Scotland, which would have been 1970, I think. And I had gotten this beautiful pantsuit when we lived over in Scotland. In fact, I think I bought it in London. And if I can find a picture, I'll put a picture of me in this pantsuit. It was a printed wool type of a pantsuit, had a beautiful fitted jacket and trousers that were not bell exactly, but not tight, but sort of a straight leg trouser. And I wore them. I did teach school full time that first year that we were living home in New Jersey after we returned from Scotland. And the day that I wore this trouser suit, it was a dressy trouser suit. It wasn't just pants. And I showed up at school and I got all kinds of looks, but nobody said a no-no of any sort. The next time I wore it, evidently the principal or whoever, there was a photographer there who took my picture in this trouser suit and put it in the local newspaper. We lived, the school was out near Flemington, New Jersey. I can't remember the name of the town that the school was in, but we lived in White House Station in New Jersey. Beautiful country area. And the article went on to say that trousers were beginning to become acceptable, that was the word, in certain schools, as long as they were dressy or something or other. So there you go with the taboos over the years that had been put on dressing, no matter what age you were. And by the way, I was not an old lady at that point. I was in my early 30s, early to mid 30s. Now, granted, I do have my own rules as to what I will wear to a certain event. And I think that I try pretty carefully to be, not to, I don't know the word, not to be too outrageous, let's put it that way. Although now that I think of it, I did have a pretty outrageous outfit, which I adored, by the way, that I wore to my brother's wedding. And that was the year that we came home on a sabbatical when we were living in Scotland. So I was young then. And my outfit was a black and white wild zebra big picture hat that had a matching sleeveless dress. And in those days, our dresses were above our knees, and a matching coat, all zebra print. Well, it was beautiful. And I'll try and put a picture of that on too. But maybe that was a little outrageous, but I loved it. And ever since then, I've loved clothes. I think I've told you that I have sewn many of my own clothes, so I can choose the fabrics that I want and go from there. I always loved the Chanel look. Now, there you go. That is very classic with pearls, and I do love that look. But I could never afford the Chanel suit, the beautiful jacket with that certain kind of a trim. So I remember one year I did go out and I bought some upholstery material, believe it or not, and I made a Chanel suit and lined the jacket, and it was the pencil skirt in those days. And I think at that point, skirts were hitting about the knees, and I love that outfit. So I have experimented over the years with clothes and hairdos. I've had short hairdos and long hairdos and in between. But now my hair is thinning, speaking of fashion, and I've shown you the different ways that we can give the illusion of having thicker hair. And that goes along with the dry shampoo and trying to lift what hair we have left off the top of our heads. Well, so this whole video was sparked by my Tangerine blouse and my Palazzo pants today that I am wearing around the house while I'm washing clothes, jewelry and all. Go figure. But I'm happy, and that's all that counts, right? Thanks so much for watching. I'm so glad that you enjoyed the last video all about sleeping. And guess what? The night that I put that video up, I had one of the worst sleeps of my life for some reason or other. I don't know why. I probably slept 2 hours all night long. So you can have the good nights and the bad nights, no matter how hard you try. But thank you so much for all your comments and your suggestions, by the way. The melatonin and the magnesium glycinate. I think I might start trying a little bit of that. Moosey does with melatonin. So if you feel so inclined to join us, subscribe, and thank you, all the rest of you, for your binging and your watching. I will see you real soon. Bye for now. I love you, and God bless us all.